Simple.
That's a pretty interesting concept. If you think about it, most things in life are pretty simple, aren't they? You want to do better in your business. Do you track your results? Do you have a budget? Do you look at the bottom line?
Right.
When you start looking at that, you get better.
Right.
Well, professional networkers actually track their results using a system called the networking scorecard. The networking scorecard generates a point value on a weekly basis, and based on that point value, we know how many referrals you're going to receive for your business, and it can really produce massive results for you. One of the things we see master networkers do, or professional networkers do, is they truly understand and can network anywhere, anytime, in any situation.
Yeah.
Whether it's a wedding, or it's a party, or it's a business event, or on Necker Island.
Right.
They understand how to make connections, and more importantly, they understand how to make appropriate connections.
Right.
Could you?
Well, I think a good networker can network, like you said, anywhere, anytime, any place. Mm-hmm. The thing is, you must always honor the event. To me, networking, if it's done right, it's all about relationships. Mm-hmm. And it's about helping other people. In B&I, we have the philosophy of giver's gain. Mm-hmm. That's based on the social capital theory of the law of reciprocity, mm-hmm. which is not a transactional law, it's a transformational law. Mm-hmm. It's, I will help you and you help me and we both do better as a result mm-hmm. of it. And so if your idea of networking is like my idea, which I know mm-hmm. it is, it's about helping other people. And so if that's what networking is for you, then I believe you not only can, I think you should be networking everywhere, every place, all the time.
When you're looking at the Better of Five effect, one of the things you mentioned is reverse engineering how things happen, in your life, which I think is really interesting because lots of great stuff happens to us, but I don't think we take the time to figure out why and how it happened to us.
I came this close to saying no to that opportunity, mm-hmm. and the deciding factor was, this is part of what I want to be doing mm-hmm. more of. And even though the timing wasn't right, it's part of what I want to be doing more of. And so I said yet, and led to some amazing experiences, mm-hmm. which are still continuing. As a matter of fact, my wife and I next month get to see the rollout of the Spaceship 2 in Mojave. Branson's invited us to see
wow.
the rollout of the Spaceship 2. So the butterfly effect continues.
When I go to events and go into a room, one of the things I do is I look for people who I feel are open for a conversation and they're open for a connection. One of the things we talk about in the book is open twos and closed twos and really learning how to read a room.
Absolutely, and it's the first time we've published any of that material in one of my books. And that's, if you're going to a business mixer and you see these hundreds and hundreds of people, where do you start? The best place to start is to visualize the room, take a look at the room, and look for the open groups that are there. There are open twos, open threes, open groups, and then there are closed twos and threes. A closed two would be two people standing face to face, looking at each other, and their shoulders are tight in, and it's hard to kind of step in between. A closed three, sort of from the top down, would look like a triangle. Mm-hmm. Three people who are tightly connected, talking to one another. Mm-hmm. Whereas an open two would look more like a V, with two people kind of standing askew. Mm-hmm. An open three might look like a U, where there's an open spot. So mm-hmm. one of the first things to do is to look at that room and see where there are openings. Now, as crazy as that sounds, I was training a CNN reporter in Europe at the World Conference in Davos, the World Economic Forum. And he was like, how do I work? What do I do? How do I get to understand where I can go in and start talking to people? And I described this to him. He's like, yeah, okay, maybe. But then he stood on a balcony and he was looking down at the room, and it was so funny because he's looking over at the camera and he's going, hey, look, there's an open two, there's an open three. This is awesome, this is so powerful. And it's a great way to start the process. But now once you get in and you're talking to people, we talk about something in the book that's really important, and that's the unique selling proposition.
Mm-hmm. Will you give us a couple of ideas of what a unique selling proposition would be?
I'll give you a great one, and a company that we're both affiliated with, the Referral Institute, is perfect for that. And it's almost exactly 12 words, because we talk about the 12 by 12 by 12 rule.
Yeah, absolutely.
We help people work less, make more, and create referrals for life.
Awesome.
Now, when you say to somebody, when they say, what do you do? And you say, well, I help people work less, make more, and create referrals for life. What are they going to say next? So they're going to say, how do you do that?
Absolutely.
And it gives you a chance to talk. And that, I think, is probably one of the best examples of a unique selling proposition when you're meeting somebody.
Absolutely. Well, I want to take you down one more road here. We're in challenging economic times.
Sure.
Probably the most challenging of our lifetime. And I believe through implementing the strategies in this book, both our organizations, BNI Referral Institute, me as a franchisee, have flourished during this time.
We're in companies that have not laid off anyone in a time when everybody's laying off people. And one of the reasons for that is we absolutely refuse to participate in a recession. I think in any global economy, when things are tough, you have to look for opportunities. And there are opportunities out there. There are ways that you can be building your business. And while the competitors are all crying the blues about how bad business is, that's your opportunity to look for places that you can sell your products and services more effectively. And I see day in and day out businesses all around the world that are networking like a pro, and they're doing great in these difficult economic times.
I agree.
Well, listen, Dave, it's been a pleasure. This has been really good. It's exciting to do this book with you, Networking Like a Pro, turning contacts into connections. It's a book that I think will help anyone out in business who's looking to build their business through referral marketing. Thank you very much.
It's great feedback. Awesome
Project. Thank you.
I'd like to thank our sponsors, Entrepreneur Press, a publishing leader in small to mid-sized business categories. With more than 250 titles to their credit, they've helped millions of emerging entrepreneurs and authors reach their business goals. And the Referral Institute, where they help business professionals create referrals for life. Thanks to our sponsors.